At the highest point of our city lies the fountain, a wellspring of pure water that flows throughout our civilization. It is the jewel of the Chozo, the life-giver, and yet its waters speak of a clouded future. As we come to understand the paths of time and space more clearly, we have begun to glimpse rough tatters of past and future, glittering behind reality like soft lights behind a curtain. We have seen the fountain in these glimpses, pouring darkness instead of water, and we cannot guess what the visions mean.
Pursue that space dragon, Samus, at all costs. No! We lost the signal. I hate when that happens. How can you lose a freaking gigaton-sized space dragon like that, seemingly decked out in shiny metal armor? What could you possibly be doing, Samus, to lose that giant a target? Really? Were you checking if your visor was on too tight? Were you looking at the pretty clouds of this planet and then you just decided, oh, I'm going to drift into the atmosphere? Oh no, I'm getting taken down by the atmosphere. Well, let me play this off like we lost Ridley and we're just taking a planned landing here. Yeah, no problem, no problem. They'll never know. Oh, I know, Samus, I know. And now, it is our sworn mission to search for Ridley. And of course, I would love to save. Your ship here acts as a saving point. So at any point in the game that you come back to this area, which you will be revisiting a couple of times, surprisingly, because if you've never played a Metroid Prime game or a Metroid game in general, you don't know that there is a lot of backtracking to be had. And that's sort of one of the signature things that makes Metroid Metroid. Some people hate it, some people love it. The hardcore Metroid fans, of course, love it. And I would suppose the more casual players loathe it. But in this game, there is some required backtracking. Of course, there's always much more backtracking you can do on your own time if you want to do completionist runs, if you want to scan everything, get every item that's possibly in the game. You'll be happy to know, and I have tested this numerous times, that you do not need 100% of the missiles or special beam weapons, which we'll see later on in this LP. You don't need any of that crap to beat the game, any of the games. So stay tuned, and I will show you all the tricks and turns and bump arounds and backtrackings you'll have to be doing required in this game to get to the end. Because that does become somewhat of a nuisance, I will admit. If you are slightly stupid as I am, it's okay to admit I suck at it. I mean, navigation. There was an honest time where I looked at the U.S. map of states and thought, oh, so Alaska and Hawaii, they're near each other, right? Yeah, that happened. There was a time I believed that. So these 3D maps sometimes throw me the hell off. Thankfully, for the sake of your viewing brevity and the brevity of this LP, I won't read through any of the lores. All those will be played at the beginning and end of episodes. And I also will not show me endlessly looking at the map trying to figure out where I'm going. So if I get off track, I'll just make a jump cut because this game tends to do that to you. You think you're going the right direction, then you realize, oh crap, it's a 3D map. It's not a simple treasure map pointing to an X on the mark spot where all the bosses and cool Chozo items will be. That's another thing we need to do. You realize we lost a good chunk of our abilities when our power suit malfunctioned on that burnt out frigate. Friggin' unbelievable. We don't even have missiles to open the door. We had missiles, we had everything. I mean, not everything, but we had a good deal of Samus's suit equipped. Now we don't even have that. So this journey will be a little treacherous at first, but we need to take care in getting our items back quickly, otherwise we won't be able to find Ridley and take him on. I want to take down that dragon once and for all. For tormenting Samus. If you've seen my Metroid Other M LP, you'll know how much of a wimp Ridley makes her look, but, you know, that's That's harsh to say because Samus was a child. I mean, like a young child when Ridley almost killed her family, and destroyed her homeworld in the Chozo. I actually have to read up on more of the lore. I don't know how she escaped Ridley, how she didn't become another snack for him. Maybe the Chozo came in and smacked away Ridley with their wing claws or something, because the Chozo are these bird-type people, and they inhabited Tallon 4. So for a while here, we're going to be hearing a lot of lore in the beginning and end pieces of the episodes that have to deal with the Chozo. So anything that you see on these ruined walls, it corresponds with places on the 3D map. So again, to save time, I'm not going to look at that 3D map all too much. I may off screen, and I may get lost considerably for a long amount of time. Thankfully, you will not have to see that. But, you know, if you want to know where it is, in correlation to your game, I will always put the location on those Chozo lore readings, so it's more than just having to hear me narrate some more of this game that I'm not taking the time to narrate now, but it is also giving you an idea concisely where are all these lores. Alright. This is... oh yeah, I remember this area. Tread with caution here, people. It's our first, or rather second, I should say, mini-boss fight. Alright, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna say it's a mini-boss. You know, this is not a main boss, but I guess you could consider it being. See, the reason I don't think this contraption that just locked our missile into its metal casing, the reason I don't think it's a full boss is because it's having these war wasps do its work for it. It's not really, damn it, attacking me head on. It's just standing there. Oh, and a troublesome thing about the water surrounding us that just happened to grow in level as we entered this match. It's poisonous. Very toxic. Toxic to the touch, in fact, and you will lose health for falling in it. So try and teeter around this circle. Go in a circle. It gets kind of dizzying after a while. Makes me want to puke, but after all the war wasps have been wiped out, a new wave will come, but before the new wave happens, you gotta make sure you shoot that statue in the face, because it's holding on to our missiles. So, you know, it is a boss in that sense that we will be gaining a piece of our armor back. It's kind of interesting, though. How is it that our armor from the crashed frigate, it's crashed now, it was blown the hell up after that reactor was destroyed from the Parasite Queen, how did all of our armor end up on Tallon 4? Is it just conveniently placed here? Put here by the Chozo? I mean, those are beaks, I'm assuming. And these are war wasps. These are natural inhabitants on Tallon 4. Some of the creatures that, of course, if you're a completionist, you will have to be scanning every single one. So before you start this battle, make sure you at least scan one of them. I'm not sure if they are a specific type of war wasp, or if they're just like every other one. Oh man, but there is a horde of them! And when there gets to be a big swarm like this, sometimes it's better to stay in place, fire in one direction where you know you'll run their path, and let them run into the bullets, because this is ridiculous. I'm getting, motion sickness and low energy crap. Crap. Alright, I do not want to redo this. I really don't. War wasps, I will eliminate you one at a time. The problem with turning around in a circle trying to get them, even with the Wii Motion controls, tricky. Because you're gonna accidentally bump into them, which does damage, or you run into the water, which also does damage. A lot of damage, especially if you fall into the drink. No! Okay, that one's destroyed. 19 bars of energy left. Or 19 points of energy. Don't you dare. No! Okay, good. If we could follow them around so we get the lock on to when they're going to do that swoop into us, that seems to be the best strategy here. Okay. My original tactics of spinning around are not so successful. Try and find when they stop. And they make that screeching noise when they're about to go crazy, so that's your indicator. That's when you know, yeah, fuck you, and you can die! Eat a beam cannon, why don't you? For breakfast? It's good with buttered toast and jam. You've never had my beam cannon all hot with syrup, have you? I bet it's delicious. And also deadly. Like your toxic waters that receded like a bitch after I blasted the master away with my arm cannon. Oh, I so want an arm cannon. Mega Man, Samus, they make it look so badass. And man, if I could just power an arm cannon, energy tank, with my energy, that would be great. Because I'm a vegetarian, okay? I'm super efficient on energy. I run on plant power. Can stock up on a lot of plants real quick, have the energy last. And oh, that was a convenient breaking of the ceiling there for us. Cool, we'll take advantage of that and get onto this side, because we actually can't go further into that rabbit hole. We have to do already a bit of backtracking to get another one of our suit upgrades. I'll try to get 1 or 2 suit upgrades per episode. I really want these episodes to be action-packed, fun-filled, and informative. So that's why I do the combinations of the Chozo lore. I do, not trying to eat up your time by scanning everything. That's always an OCD thing I see in some LPs of this game, and that's what I strive to not do. Could be OCD about it, but then I would not progress at a manner of speed I would like to. Again, I really never 100% games on my own time, so why would I do that here? I'm not going to pretend to be a gamer that I'm not. That's just convoluted. Those annoying things that fall from the ceiling. They don't do that much damage, but if they all impact on you, you could take a chunk out. And why take a chunk of health out when you could gain a chunk of health? Because each one of those nasty little bastards, now that we have the missiles, we can go this way. See, backtracking, see its purpose, see its purpose. Each one of them has a good chance of giving you health containers. So if you do smack into a couple stragglers after that, it won't be so detrimental. But Metroid Prime is big on backtracking already, just a few minutes into this game. Alright, maybe an hour in. I'll be fair and say a half hour into the game. We're already having to do a bit of backtracking so we can face another set of mini-bosses. But again, look, I don't think this is our power armor that we had. I think that our power armor that we had on that frigate was fried, quite frankly. Enough F's for you? Okay, fuck me. But really, I think it malfunctioned and now we can't get it back. It's like corrupt data. You can't retrieve it once it's past a certain broken point of corruption, whatever glitch has caused it. Whether it's, a magnet over your hard drive or smacking your power suit really hard with the impact force of an explosion on a steel metal spaceship. Whatever it is. If you lose that data, you got to retrieve it again, recreate it somehow. And the Chozo, I think the Chozo are helping us. I really do. I don't know what happened to the Chozo. Maybe we'll find out as we get smacked into by more enemies and read more of their logs. But, I'm thinking they left this stuff for us. I don't know why they left that guy for us. I don't appreciate that Chozo, quite frankly. I could have done without the large spiked beast. But as you can tell, its big red ass is its vulnerable point. Ow. Who would have guessed? I don't know. Probably everybody. But the way that you defeat it and you get to its ass, because it is very protective of its red booty, is you have to wait for it to do that sidestep and then roar, and it will charge at you. And as it charges, you do the quick dash to the side with the B tap, and you'll be good to shoot it from behind. And you can try a missile, but sometimes it turns around a tad too quick for the missile to be effective, and it just hits its face and bounces the hell off. But now it's dead and defeated. You know what? I bet these are tests. I bet this is just all the way to make sure that it's us, Samus, getting all these power suit upgrades and not some underling that couldn't handle it, that couldn't do the mighty morph ball action. They'd be crushed by the spherical awesomeness, which we now have in the form of a morph ball. So we'll play with the morph ball in the next episode.
The history of the Chozo stretches into ancient times, so far into the fog of the past that we know not where our ancestors came from. One thing is clear, however. The Chozo who colonized Tallon 4 made a conscious choice to eschew a civilization of advanced technology. They chose to live in harmony with nature, guided by the providence of the universe. As the city grows, we plan to honor them with written tributes, carvings etched into stone to remind us always of their legacy.